W.O.N. YouTube Networks is now on Facebook. Check it out. The direction W.O.N. is taking. That's right, that's what we're going to be discussing today on Ask the Manager. I'll give you my state of the W.O.N. YouTube network address and tell you which direction we're going. A lot of changes happen, especially on our home base UPN5. Plus, how bad is social media stalking getting? Which platform is the leading category for you to get stalked at? I'll give you the details after almost 2 months of research. I finally have ranked up the numbers and will tell you which platform is number one when it comes to being stalked. I will tell you what you can do to prevent it. And also, more details on MLB 14 The Show, and also we're going to tell you what original stuff we are planning across the W.O.N. YouTube network. That's what's coming up on this edition of Ask the Manager. It's time for me to answer your questions. Pleasant good evening to you folks. Happy Friday to all. Yours truly, Jonathan Rios. I am the owner and broadcaster and director of W.O.N. YouTube Networks and Jimbo Fail Exchange Productions. We have a lot to get to. Of course, 2 weeks ago I had promised to go on the air, give you an Ask the Manager episode, of course, talking about the how bad is social media stalking getting. And of course, a lot of things have happened over the last couple of weeks, but I'm back to normal, and I'm right now currently filming on a Thursday night. Of course, you guys are seeing on a Friday, but I'm back, and I'm here to answer your questions and probably talk about some of the topics that should be talked about. We're going to get to the social media stalking situation in a moment. How bad has it gotten? What's the number one culprit that you are able to get stalked with? Is it Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or even YouTube? I will tell you, and the answer may surprise you, what's the number one place to most likely get stalked, and also how you could prevent it. But first, you know, I was thinking about this over the last couple of days on what direction I want to take this W.O.N. YouTube network, which direction I want to take it to, and it came to my brain that we have been very successful. There's no question about it. This network of ours, our 4 channels, have been very successful. Of course, the Story Breaks, the Back in Times, the Boneheads 101s, even Ask the Manager, and Sox Baseball have helped us out. But I think what really got us on the map was the Supergirl Underwater fan film series, which leads me to what I have to say today, and it's my so-called State of W.O.N. address. And I will tell you why we're going into this direction. And it's not a bad direction, it's just a change. Basically, what I want to do is add more original content to the network. Not after school films and not other things that are public domain or stuff like Story Break. Now, Story Break we're still going to upload over on the Plus. That's when we get more episodes, which we are still researching on. But as you know, if you have watched or saw on our announcement on Facebook, our home base UPN5 will not be uploading any after-school movie films anymore. In fact, we deleted all of them. It wasn't because it was a copyright situation. It had nothing to do with that. I just felt that it was the right decision to take it down. First of all, I noticed that it's already uploaded on many YouTube channels. Number two, the view count, and I always go by the views of what the people want. If the series or our presentations does not do well and the view count is not good, we take it down automatically. And in this case, we reached about 200 views, but we're talking about in a 1-year span. By last week, we only had around 200 views for most of the after-school specials. So that one was eye-popping to me, and it was my decision to take it down. Again, they're public domain, but I decided, you know what, let me take down all the after-school films, because UPN5, what I want UPN5 to be is a channel based on original content. Now, we already have it set with Boneheads 101, Ask the Manager, of course, Sox Baseball and other sports gamecasters, plus recommend you watch trailers. But I have a lot of things in store, and I'm going to announce them right now. Of course, if you're watching this on our Facebook page, then you already know that we have planned for 2 comedy collages from the creators, of course, of Boneheads 101, myself, that we're going to follow in the Boneheads 101 footsteps, a collage and montage of funny things. We are going to be, there's a new one that we're going to be working on over the next couple of weeks before April comes, and that's going to be called Freak Out. Now, of course, it's along the lines of Boneheads 101, except it's different. We see a lot of young people and even middle-aged people, adults, period, get mad at their technology. Where is it? Their device, their technology device, whether it's the phone, the radio, the car radio, but mostly computers and gamers. And when it comes to computers and gamers, they top the list of freakouts, and they're very funny. It's outrageous, it's eye-popping, it's unbelievable to watch, but it's funny, and we're going to make it sort of like a comedy thing, sort of like what we usually do on Boneheads 101. Except it's going to be different. You're actually going to hear some of the people's voices and their action. We'll add, of course, music and sound effects, but we're going to add more of what they're saying and stuff. It's not like Boneheads 101, we just have your music and sound effects. We are actually going to have the real live voices of some of these people. We're just going to, of course, add special effects and music to it. It should be no different. It is different, titled Freak Out, and there's a lot of Freak Out videos that we have compiled over the last couple of weeks, and we're going to bring it to you at W.O.N's Freak Out on UPN 5 in just a couple of weeks. I am targeting April. The second one is going to be called Looney Animals, and I like animals. I don't have a pet. I love cats. I love puppies and stuff. I'm not a fan of all animals. I don't have a pet. I don't intend to own one. But you ever watch one of those YouTube videos, a puppy versus a kitty, and it's so cute, it's funny, they're play fighting and stuff, and sometimes these puppies and kittens, they do funny and stupid things because they don't know any better. Well, we're going to actually focus on that as well, and regular animals doing crazy things, making people fall and stuff, or do outrageous things that you never even thought they could do. It's going to be called Looney Animals. It's going to be also on UPN 5, and I hope to get it done in April. Now, I want to make an announcement of what we are not going to do. We were planning on doing it, but we did some research and we made a decision. Of course, you folks have been watching during our Sox Gamecasters or any videos we've been doing across the network that we have been planning to do a web series called Cop Tracks. Based on research, I had asked a YouTube channel, a fellow YouTuber, about his dash cam videos. He told me some situations, and I said, okay, we would do it. But my associate, who helps me out with the network and stuff, she gets the games and stuff and other information. I had given her a list of 14 police departments to get into, but she did some research, and for us, we can't do the show. We can't do the show. We can't use any of the clips, and that's because of the police department's policies. Of course, my associate told me about this. I had no idea, and we dodged a huge bullet because it could have been criminal consequences if we would have put those videos up on YouTube or even asked about it. I did not know this. Of course, I asked a couple of people about it. They told me otherwise, but my associate, who I could depend on very much, told me otherwise. Did a lot of research, got in contact with people, and you just can't do it. It could probably, if you use it under false pretense, which we're not, but if you use it for anything else, it could come consequences, usually criminal. And I think when it comes to that, I don't think we want any kind of issues on our hands. So we have decided to delete Cop Tracks from our agenda, unfortunately. And trust me, nobody wanted to do that series more than I did. I had made an intro, I was collecting clips, but I had to make sure that we'd be cleared for it. Now, mind you, can't use no clips from news casts because they're copyright material. Can't get it from LA. And I know there's a lot of people like to upload police chases that are broadcasting live on TV, like KTLA or Fox 11 in Los Angeles. Can't do that. You can't put that on YouTube because Tribune and Fox will take it down. You're putting a newscast that's not owned by you. Now, you could put promos or intros and stuff like that, but you just can't put a newscast clip because they're going to take it down. That's what they do. Unfortunately, that's the rules of YouTube, but, I mean, what can you do? Now, dash cams, I was told, it is public domain. You could put it up, but my associate told me otherwise. Even though they are public domain, it can't go on YouTube. That's just the way it is. So our Cop Track series is canceled. I'm sorry to say. I really wanted to do it. I know a lot of folks were looking forward to it, but we just can't do it. We're not going to take the chance of getting ourselves into a lot of trouble. There is a series I do want to do. I do want to do this series, and I want to do it between this year and next year. And I want to do it with a friend of mine who I had asked last year if she could actually play a superheroine, a Supergirl type of character. It'll be called Superwoman or stuff. I have not asked her yet because I haven't had the chance of telling her or asking her what I want to do. But I am thinking of having a Superwoman 10-part series, a 10-episode series called W.O.N. Superwoman. Has nothing to do with Supergirl. Yes, she'll be wearing probably the Supergirl costume, but it'll be totally fan film made. It'll also be totally not following the criteria of what you would see in a Superman or a Supergirl a comic book or film or TV show. Totally different. A different storyline, a different character, and everything else. I actually asked my friend last summer if she wanted to ever play that, and she said yes, she would. Now I'm going to talk to her and tell her that I really am thinking about doing this, and I want to do this. I'm not sure. I'm saying between this year and next year. It'll be called Superwoman, of course. That's what I'm thinking of doing. We're not. There's nothing set in stone yet because we need a lot of equipment. Also, we need to find the right people who would probably play some characters or even know how to mess with a couple of cameras or know how to do different things. So we're a long way off from that, but that's what I want to do, what I plan to do, and it's gonna be between this year and next year. But I will let you folks know. Now, next month is going to be a big month for us, especially on our channel, Homebase UPN5, because we already told you about Looney Animals, and Freak Out. Those are going to be our new additions to our UPN5 programming. We're also going to bring you a couple of more episodes of Boneheads 101, Axe the Manager, and, of course, the biggie, and that's going to be Sock Baseball. Now, for those who don't know, the announcement came Thursday afternoon. May 6th will be the date that the PS4 version of MLB 14 The Show will come out. Now, we here at W.O.N, we have already announced we're going to do the PS3 version. The only reason why, because I don't have a PS4 and I don't intend to get a PS4. We have not gotten that much details on the MLB 14 The Show game, to be quite honest with you. We found out some things about online franchises and what to expect. We don't know anything about classic stadiums. I would assume they're going to be classic stadiums. But right now, we're not sure about some of these kind of things and stuff. We hope to get more details for the PS4 version. I do know the way I read the article that came out is supposed to be almost similar to the PS3. The style of it. Not the graphics. We know everything's going to be uploaded. It's going to look like it's, updated. It's going to look almost like you're in a real game. But I think most of the modes and everything that follows from the PS3 version is going to be in the PS4 version. Of course, if we have any more details, of course, we'll bring it right to you. But again, our state of the W.O.N YouTube network is that we are going to be bringing you 2 more shows, Freak Out and Looney Animals. We are canceling Cop Tracks. We are thinking about making a 10-episode web series called Superwoman. And we got more to talk about on State of the Union, our State of W.O.N. State of the Union. You would think it was a State of the Union address the way I'm talking about what I plan to do for my network. Well, make it almost like that. Now, we got more to talk about the State of the W.O.N. YouTube networks. But first, we're going to take a break. I need to drink some water because my mouth is dry from talking all this much. I'm talking about, this is 12 minutes and 30 seconds I've been talking here. So, we're going to take a break. We're going to be discussing more of the State of W.O.N. I'm going to tell you about my online radio station that I started. Right now, we are technically off the air, but we're going to start up again in April. I'm going to tell you about it and how you can listen to us live and for free. That's coming up. This is Axe the Manager right here on UPN5. Stay with us.
Supergirl has the ability to save millions upon millions of lives with her great superpowers. Americans have the ability to save thousands of lives, one at a time.
16,000 people die each year in car crashes that don't have to. Safety belts could save their lives. Safety belts could also prevent thousands from being horribly disfigured or crippled for life. So buckle up. Your life is in your hands.
They say that for the great ones, it's almost like time stands still. And in that fraction of a second, there's nothing, only silence and the ball.
Alright folks, welcome back to Ask the Manager here on UPN 5. This is yours truly, Jonathan Rios. We continue our discussion of the state of W.O.N. And I had announced on our W.O.N. Facebook page a couple of months ago that we would be starting our online radio station. Now, I announced it in January. I was going to mention it on one episode of Ask the Manager, but we didn't have enough time. I have forgotten to mention, but I'm going to mention it now. We here at W.O.N., Jimbo Fail Exchange Productions, we have an online radio station. We had started February 2nd, 2014 on a Saturday night. We had announced we were going to do this in January. The response to our station, though, has been subpar. Over the last couple of weeks that we did do it, we had some good responses. We had a lot of listeners for our opening night. Our highest listenership, and it's not that much listenership, unfortunately. We're trying to get our name out there. We're probably going to make a couple of promos within the next couple of weeks to get our 5 Alive online radio station, and that's the name of our station, 5 Alive, 550 WON, powered by Caster FM, CASTER.FM. That's the website. Be able to listen to it for free, and of course the number is 550 WON. That is the name of our station from Caster. Now, the response to our station has been subpar, I regret to say. I know a lot of people say they're going to listen to it, but there is a way I can find out if you're listening or not. And we only have ranked up about 6 listeners since we have debuted. Our station, we give you variety of programming, mostly old-time radio. We were planning on putting some Sock Gamecasts live on there, but we have changed our mind. We will still give some Sox programming on the station, but we target old-time radio. And a lot of radio shows that have not been seen or restored or heard from in more than 60 years. And we have had, the highest listenerships we have had is when we had Mr. and Mrs. Blanding's Marathon, starring Cary Grant. We had a higher listenership of almost 10 people. It's not that much, but it's a start. And then, of course, our Superman Unchained Marathon, which lasted a day and a half. We had a lot of listeners, about 12 to 15. So it was a good start. But ever since then, it's gone downhill. And, you know, we are going to start the station up again in April. Now, once again, our station name is 550 WON. You're seeing the address on the bottom of your screen to know what website you can listen to our radio station. We're not on the air currently. We plan to go back on the air in April. When in April, I'm not sure yet, because now, I mean, when you look at this, I got a ton of sock games to do, so I don't know if I have time to actually go on the air and give you guys the shows and stuff. But when we do, of course, we'll let you know. We're going to make some promos to promote the online radio station. And we'll see where we go from there. But yes, WON does have an online radio station. For those of you who are watching us through our Facebook page, you guys know about it. But we need all your support, because if we don't get that much listenership, we may have to shut down the 5 Alive station until further notice, like we are doing right now. But we do have a 5 Alive radio station, 5 Alive 550 WON. It's an online radio station. It's for free. Go to Caster FM and listen live. Type in 550 WON. We are old-time/variety radio station. It's great to listen to. We bring a variety of programming, not just old-time radio, but sports talk now and music now, and even stuff from Fox News and mostly NPR as well. So that's what we have. And just to let you guys know, we are in the planning stages of filming our Fasten Your Seatbelts Sock Preview Show. We hope to do it over at Heritage Field in the Bronx, not too far from the new Yankee Stadium. We hope to film it and have it done this month, but we're going to have to wait, of course, until April 2nd to put it up, because what we plan to do with the game coming out April 1st, and I hope to get it in my hands April 1st, the game. Our plan is to put some highlights in there from spring training. And then, of course, on the same day, we bring you the Sox and the Twins over on UPN 5. So that's what we have in store. Not only are we going to bring you Fasten Your Seatbelts on April 2nd, and also the Sox and the Twins home opener, season opener on April 2nd. But April 2nd, mark this down, the Supergirl and the Bloody Traces of Stargirl donation campaign will start on that day. I repeat, the Indigo campaign for Supergirl and the Bloody Traces of Stargirl, which is part of our underwater fan film series, The Supergirl, will begin April 2nd and will end on June 1st of 2014. So it's a big month for us in April. Part of our sizzling season. That is our campaign slogan for W.O.N YouTube Networks. And we hope to get everything rolling on April 2nd. Of course, when we approach it, we will give you the video promo of how you could donate. And we need donations, folks. But me and my writers have done, and MMP Studios knows we're going to do it, and they have okay to do it. The budget for the project is very big. There's no question about it. And we plan to... We've already got most of the costumes and most of the props already. We still got some ways to go. But what me and my writers are doing, we're saving $400 each. Now, it's going to take time, but it's going to cost more than $1,000. That's why we're going to need your help for you guys to donate a little bit as you can. Our base, we want to try to reach... Our plan is to give $1,400 or $1,200 to the crew. So, extra pay for the actresses, and also extra pay for other things that they could do. Because actresses and models, I don't know how it works, but we're going to pay them more because of the dialogue. So that's what we plan to do. So that is what we have in store over the next couple of weeks on our W.O.N YouTube networks. If I seem rambling on, forgive me. They're not giving no heat in this house again. So I'm just trying to get the words out as much as I can. But that's what we have in store for the next couple of months and hopefully years to come across the W.O.N YouTube network, especially on UPN 5. Again, our direction for UPN 5, looking to put more original stuff. We're doing that with Freak Out and Looney Animals, which will be coming next month. Of course, we'll continue giving you Boneheads 101 and Ask the Manager and recommend you watch trailers. And, of course, Sock Baseball is coming next month, so it's going to be very interesting to see. There's probably going to be more original stuff coming to UPN 5, so don't worry about it. But what we will tell you, there'll be no more after-school special movies uploaded on this channel. They've all been deleted. My decision, because of low viewership and also because a lot of YouTube channels have it already. And they're public domain, no copyright stuff, but, it still was a decision that I have not regretted, and I'm going to stick to it. So it's going to be a lot of original programming coming to W.O.N UPN 5. Of course, W.O.N SN will remain the same. The U will remain the same. And the plus will remain the same. So there you go, right there. Oh, one other thing. Speaking of W.O.N YouTube networks, with Sock Baseball coming next month, of course, you folks have already noticed we have uploaded SockNet promo, and we've already uploaded a couple of SockNet programs, from Sock Countdown to Sox Classics. And that's what we're going to do. We have decided to form a network since the Sox have won 4 consecutive championships, a la MLB The Show. We at W.O.N decided, hey, listen, let's create a network and do special programmings for it. And we have, and so far, so good. The viewer count is not that high, but it'll get there. We are going to be focusing on the then and now for our New York White Sox, from the old MLB The Show games, which I was lucky enough to tape, to the now MLB The Show games, which will begin in April. So we're going to be giving you highlight shows, history shows, countdown, classic game casts that have never been uploaded, and of course, brand new Sock highlight videos. So that's what we plan on doing in April. We're going all in. We're doing 85 games across all 4 channels of W.O.N YouTube. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And I know a lot of you folks here at home or wherever you watch us love our Sock Gamecasts. We appreciate it. I get a lot of comments about it. I appreciate it. I wish the sound quality and the quality of the videos was better. But you got to do what you got to do with the stuff you have. That's just the way it is. Alright, folks, when we come back, we're going to bring up the main topic of this program, and that's going to be social media stalking. How bad is it getting? And with platform is the #1 problem of stalking? And how can you prevent it? The answer may surprise you. Which platform is worse? We'll tell you about it right after this. Is Ask the Manager here on UPN 5. In the city of Metropolis, in the town of Lakeland, see the female Green Lantern. The city of Metropolis urges you to call 911.
Hello? It's good to hear your voice, Supergirl. If you do not accept my proposition, you will not get the stolen money back or your Omega Hadronis either. And also, I'll make sure I reveal your true identity to the entire world. Where are you? Closer than you think.
I'll stab you in more ways than one, even if it means killing you, which I don't want to do.
I'll be seeing you, Supergirl. I hope you're up for the fight of your life.
Who is she trying to fool? I think I'll play along anyway. When she least expects it, I'll give her a surprise she'll never forget.
Folks, we're going to make this the last segment here, and I want to talk specifically about a topic that needs to be brought up, and that is the trouble with social media. Social media, I was always against it since I was a teenager. The social media crap started when in the beginning of high school. I guess, what was it, 2003, 2004? I'm not even sure. Let alone do I pay attention to that. But I was never into it or stuff like that. I thought people talked a lot of junk and stuff. Now, for me, I got into it because at the time I was in college, I was going through depression and stuff. And my therapist and even my friend, the girl I actually still like, told me to go on Facebook to meet new friends and connect with people. And I have. There's been some issues. Everything has issues and stuff. But it's been a big part of our network, the Facebook. There's no question about it. But every social media has a flaw. Facebook has a flaw. But the other two really have a flaw, and that's Twitter and Instagram. And that's where I bring up today's subject of social media stalking. I always try to put into perspective why people do this kind of stuff. I mean, why do they want to look in somebody's life so much? And listen, I happen to be a victim of social media stalking. I'll give you an example. If you have Facebook, and you're part of the media or something, you have a YouTube network or you're in radio or something like that, there's a button after add friend that says follow. Now, I guess you get followers, something like that. I guess they're trying to copy from, I guess, Instagram or Twitter. I don't know how Twitter and Instagram works. I'm not sure. Nor do I care about those two entities. I'll tell you why. And I always wonder, what's the point? Why can't you just be that person's friend? Well, now I figured it out. Let's say you're sick and tired of this person commenting, giving you nasty comments and stuff, and you decide to unfriend them. Guess what? You can't unfollow them. You just can't. They continue to follow you, and what makes it worse is that they hide the fact that they're following you. I have about 21 followers on my Facebook page, And when I check to see who are those followers, I only see 10. The 11 are eliminated. Now, I already know 1 and 2. I don't have a problem with them. But there are certain people that like to look at people's profile but like to hide it. And they don't want to be seen because they know that, let's say, for example, you're walking around the neighborhood and you hear some rumors about you. And you know who's telling the rumors. How does that person know? Easy, Facebook. Facebook is the number. It's Facebook. See, I always thought that the following button for Facebook was useless. To this day, I still think it's useless. What's the point of following somebody? Now, I understand if they don't have an add friend button, then it's useful. But what's the point of having a follow button on Facebook when it has an add friend? And let's say you unfriend that person. You don't want them to see that thing. You don't want them to see your business. You can't do anything about it. You can't even block them because they're still going to see your stuff because they're still following you on Facebook. To me, that's the number one issue for Facebook. They got to do something about it because there's a lot of stalkers who are following you on Facebook. They're not your friend, but they're following every status and thing that you put on your page. And the sad part about it is that they have ways of hiding it. That I always thought was a bad situation. Now, getting into Twitter and Instagram. I'm not a fan of Twitter and Instagram. I'm not. Let's say I'm not a fan. I hate Twitter and Instagram. I think Twitter is by far one of the worst social media platforms because too many people do stupid things and write stupid things and can't erase it. People are show-offs. People show their true colors, and it destroys lives. That's just me. Now with Instagram, that's a joke, okay? I understand people want to put videos of themselves, and I'll tell you why it's a joke. And I don't want to rip anybody, but I'm going to have to. There's one person I know who currently decided to deactivate her Facebook page. Now, of course, she has a busy life and other things like that. I know she has Twitter. I don't care about it. I don't know her Twitter account and everything else. But here's my question. When your friends, and trust me, her friends got big mouths. What does it tell you when a person puts their status only on Instagram? Only videos and pictures of themselves only on Instagram almost every hour. To me, it makes them exclusive. And it makes them be show-offs and stuff. Not that many people follow people on Instagram. That's just the way it is. I can understand you can share your Instagram picture and your video on Facebook or Twitter. That's understandable. But you only have Instagram as your social media outlet. To me, that's pathetic because nobody's actually going to care what you say. You know how many people put food products and other things on Instagram? Why? Why do we care? And people now that you're able to make videos, I guess, people make they make themselves look stupid. A 15-second video of you making yourself look stupid. Nobody cares what you did at work. Nobody cares what color cotton candy you ate. Nobody cares what position you had sex with. Nobody cares. I never understood the point of making an Instagram video of yourself telling this, and I never understood that. Same thing with taking pictures of food. What's the point? Who cares? We can't reach out and eat it from the plate you took the picture on. Makes no sense. And speaking of Instagram, we're talking about social media stalking. I already mentioned about Facebook. I know nothing about Twitter, let alone do I care. I know nothing about Instagram. But I do know this about Instagram. And after doing 2 months of research, I calculated the numbers. And Instagram is the #1 social media where people get stalked. How about that? And here's the reason why. Facebook does not have no third-party competition. And when I mean third-party competition, there are certain sites that connect to a Facebook account. Certain third-party sites. Now, not Facebook account, but, well, let me strike that. Let me make this clear. When it comes to Facebook or Twitter, there are no third-party sites that connect your accounts to that site. But for Instagram, that is a whole different story. Now, I'm typing right here as I'm speaking to you, so bear with me. What makes Instagram so bad, in my opinion, is the fact that Instagram has no control over, hold on for a moment. You're going to have to forgive me here. Sites. I'm trying to see here. Third-party sites here. Instagram, 610. Here we go. Hold on for a moment. Hold on for a moment. I'm trying to see what's going on here. Forgive me here, because I'm trying to get the I'm trying to get as much information I can when it comes to these stupid Instagram stuff. And I'm telling you, it's gotten so bad when people look at it, people's Instagram, that's not even funny. It's not even funny anymore. It's just not. Hold on for a moment. This is great television, isn't it, folks? Unbelievable. Okay, here's what you have here. This is as bad as it could be. For third party, this is no joke. The Instagrams connected. You have iPhonegram.com. You have Staggergram.com. You have Instagram24.com. You have iPhoneagram. I think I already said that. You have Webstagram. I'm trying to see, do we have any more here? I'm trying to see. I'm seeing the list right here. Pinsta.me. You also have Instagram-ps.fifthvillage.com. I mean, and you also have oninstagram.com. You also have Inc361.com. Ladies and gentlemen, this is as bad as it can get if you're an Instagram follower, because people could look on your damn Facebook, on your damn Instagram page. It is bad that Instagram has not made any effort to take down some of these sites. And people are going to wonder, oh, how come my view count for my pictures have gone so up? It's up and up. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have Instagram, you have to make your profile private. I can't state that enough. You have to make your Instagram profile private. Especially so the third-party sites cannot look at your content or can't take your content. Now, is there a way to find out who's looking at your content, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram? Unfortunately, no. Now, if the person's actually on Instagram and not following you, I guess there is a way to find out. But if you're not on Instagram, let's say the person who's watching your stuff is not on Instagram, then you can't find out who's looking. That's just the way it is. And it's unfortunate. But listen, I'm not a big social media guy. I'm only into YouTube. I'm only into Facebook because it helps my network and helps my benefit out, and I also connect with old friends. But I never understood what was the big deal with Instagram and Twitter. And, you know, again, social media stalking. And I'm going to be honest with you. People have asked me, is there such a thing as YouTube stalking? The answer is yes. I happen to be a victim of that. There's this person who continues to watch my stuff and asks me the same damn question. Do you have this CBS Story Break episode? For the last 2 years, I have told him no, I don't have it, and he still keeps on and on and on. He follows me everywhere. I blocked him on my Facebook page. I mean, when they can constantly, when you tell them that you don't have it, and they constantly ask you, actually, that's when you know it's problems. Okay? When people can constantly looking at your page on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, and they keep commenting on it, and then they start, then you know there's a problem. Okay? So my advice to all you folks is to watch out there, but especially if you have Instagram. And I don't know what Instagram, listen, I'm not an Instagram person. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get Twitter. But if you have Instagram, folks, I will tell you this again. I just read you the list of third-party sites that take your information and account as theirs. Privatize your damn Instagram profile, because if you don't, those aka stalkers, whether it's in Instagram or outside Instagram, are going to be looking at your stuff, and it won't be pretty. It will not be pretty. So that's just a word to the wise. That's the only advice I can give you when it comes to dealing with social media stalkers. The only way you can deal with them is to stop them and block them and make sure they don't find you anymore. That's just the way it is nowadays. And it's unfortunate that we've hit the 21st century and this kind of stuff happens, but you know, what can you say? Well, what I can say to you folks is be careful out there. If some weirdo continues to constantly bug you, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or even YouTube, block them, delete them, or report them. If you have Instagram, and I'm telling you this, especially for Instagram, because there's third-party sites out there, privatize your stuff. Because if you don't privatize it, the sites are going to spread all your information, all your pictures and videos, and not only that, your aka stalkers will be looking at your pictures 24/7, and God only knows what they're going to do. So that is my take on social media stalking, and this is my take on this edition of Ask the Manager. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I know I ramble and ramble, but I have to get my thoughts out there. Please Don't hesitate to comment. Don't hesitate to message me. Don't hesitate to email me at WONTV5@gmail.com. I will answer your questions. I will take your requests and everything else, and I will answer it on the next edition of Ask the Manager. So, for WON YouTube, this is yours truly, Jonathan Rios. I'll see you next time. I hope I've answered all of your questions. Thanks for watching Ask the Manager. Good night, everybody.